Well. The Cowboys in the news again. Of course, it's not because of the playoffs, because we're not in the playoffs. But don't y'all worry. We'll be back in the playoffs soon enough, and I believe we're getting the chip in 2026. And it's not because we've hired a head coach, because thankfully we're still looking. Jerry, don't settle on Kellen Moore or anyone else. Do your due diligence, interview as many people as possible, and then you make your decision after the Super Bowl. There'll be candidates on those two teams too. But we're in the news today because there's a little bit of a spat going on between one Dez Bryant and Micah Parsons. Let's talk about it. Let's talk Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And if you like this video, please don't forget at the end to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can help continue to grow this channel and push us out into the YouTube algorithm. But if you want to, you can go ahead and like and subscribe now. Now let's talk facts. Anybody who's been on this channel, they know I've been blatantly honest, at least from my perspective, about Micah Parsons. I don't so much mind him having a podcast. I think it's going to be the thing of the future. It's going to be another way for teams to promote their team. I understand all of these things. And Micah Parsons, he's just kind of a representative of what's going to be the new age football player. Social media is a voice for everyone almost. And Micah Parsons, he expresses how he feels about things that are going on in the league. I think he needs to pull back on expressing things that affect the players on his team and make them answer for things that he says. But for the most part, I understand what he's doing. And if he can just learn how to not put his team on the spot, I think everything will be good. But there's an issue going on between Micah Parsons and Dez Bryant. And I understand Dez Bryant is fed up with the way the Dallas Cowboys are doing things, in particular, Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. Dez Bryant, like many of us, are fed up with the way the Joneses run the team. And so now he's taken to social media and he wants to express his discontent with the team. But there's an issue. Micah Parsons, who loves Jerry Jones and calls him Uncle Jerry, has taken issue with one Dez Bryant. Let's look at what Dez Bryant said, and then above it, we're going to look at what Micah Parsons said. Dez Bryant says, "From now on, I'll speak my truth about the Cowboys. Whether it's good or bad, Jerry has built a great brand, and now it's time for the team to start winning. It's time for a real culture shift. I'm fed up with all the nepotism. Get someone in here who can win games." Nepotism. I think Dez Bryant is talking about one, either Kellen Moore or Jason Witten. It's being reported that if Jerry Jones hires Kellen Moore, he's going to put Jason Witten on the staff. And a lot of people say that Jerry Jones is looking for a yes man. And it seems like a lot of times that's what Jerry Jones is looking for. And I do think this is what has gotten Jerry Jones in continuous trouble. He will not get a coach and empower him like he did Jimmy and let that coach run the team and let that coach create the culture of the team and let that coach create a winning culture like Dan Quinn left this team and went and accomplished in Washington. And they're now only in the NFC Championship game in his first season. But I want to give Micah Parsons credit for something. Anybody who has been on this channel knows I have spoke my perspective about one Micah Parsons. I think he talks a little too much. I don't mind him talking, it's a free country, but I do mind him talking and saying things that other men have to answer for. I think that if he's going to do a podcast, keep it to yourself, as in only things you have to be responsible for. Stay away from doing things that may put your quarterback, your coach, your team in a bad light, to where people may take something you said as if you're comparing your teammates or degrading your teammates compared to someone else. I think Micah Parsons needs to step away from that. But again, as far as the podcast goes, I think that's the way of the future for these new age players. Micah Parsons absolutely loves the Dallas Cowboys. I will give him that. I don't think he should be talking about he'll take a pay cut or all of these things. I think he needs to let his agent handle that. I think that's very dangerous. I think if you're not careful, it works against the team. But I'll be honest about this. The one thing I have to give him applause for, Micah Parsons loves this team. And in some respects, I think he loves this team to a fault. Negotiating with Jerry in the court of public opinion, saying you'll take less money without your agent. Micah Parsons says he wants to be a Cowboys for life, and we're going to see if that's possible, but this is the football business, and I don't think it's possible. But Micah Parsons hit back at Dez very hard. Micah Parsons retorts, "Stuff like this irritates me, Dez, because you had enough talent and was probably one of the greatest in your time. You could have changed the culture, brother. You could have changed the culture." I understand where both of them are coming from. Dez Bryant is no longer on the team, but he's still a fan of the team. And not only is he a fan of the team, he used to be a part of the team. Now he's saying he's going to be a voice speaking against the things that Jerry Jones does. And I understand where Micah Parsons is coming from too. The one thing that does irritate me about the players who have had their time and played the game, it bothers me when they start speaking so bad about the team. Not so much that they're telling the truth, but sometimes I think they have to understand that they were once a part of this team too. And there were people speaking their truths in the media. There were people speaking their truth about Dez Bryant, speaking their truth about how they saw him. They were speaking truths that painted him in a certain light. And there are ex-players that sometimes they paint the team in a way that I believe that they should not be painting the team, because while they think they're making it harder on Jerry, they make it harder for the players on the team. I think there's got to be a balance. And so I understand what Micah Parsons is saying. Micah's saying, brother, you had your time. And when you could have made the impact, you chose not to make it. Now watch what he's saying. Talent talks. When you're as talented as Dez, Micah is saying something. When you were at the top of your talent, that's when you should have been talking. That's when you should have let your voice be heard. That's when you could have went to the front office and you could have said something. You could have said something to Jerry. But don't wait until you're out of the building. Because when you're out of the building, you can't change the culture that you're not a part of. And a lot of people don't understand. You can talk about a culture all you want to, but it's hard to change a culture. It's hard to have an impact on a culture that you're no longer a part of. This goes for Troy Aikman. This goes for Michael Irvin. This goes for Deion Sanders. This goes for anybody. And it does. I understand exactly what Micah is saying. I understand where Dez is coming from, but I understand what Micah is saying, because Micah is saying something. Hey, man, it's my time. I'm on this team. And I think Dez even retorted back to him that you can do something. You can talk to the front office. Dez. Michael is already talking to the front office. I'm telling you. I wish Michael would stop doing some of the stuff he's doing in the media as it applies to Jerry Jones. But what I do applaud Micah Parsons for, love it, like it, or hate it, Micah Parsons is trying to do everything he can do to be a part of the Joneses building a team around Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb on offense and around him on defense. I'm telling you, I've been critical on Micah Parsons, but I got to speak facts. I understand exactly what he's doing. Now I hope he applies this same principle to himself. Dez makes it hard on the team when he does this. His team already gets enough attention. Have these conversations behind closed doors. Because Dez, I'm telling you, you're not a part of the culture. You're not on the contract. There's nothing you can do once you're out of the building. Micah Parsons got this. I don't know how successful he's going to be, but he's got this. I think he's going to talk to Jerry Jones. I don't know what it's going to do. I think he's talking to Jerry Jones. I think Micah Parsons is doing everything he can do to change this culture. I hope he now starts doing it in the right way. Make sure you do nothing to bring any negative attention to anybody on your team, and work with your team. Dak Prescott is the leader of this team. Get Dak Prescott in on this with you. Get CeeDee Lamb in on this with you. All three of y'all go in. Y'all work y'all work together on Jerry Jones. Help this man to understand you want to win, build a team, do whatever he has to do. But y'all are tired of losing. And the fan base is tired of watching now the Washington Commanders with Dan Quinn and some of the Cowboys ex-players and Kellen Moore now with the Philadelphia Eagles. Both of these teams are now in the NFC Championship game. Yeah, we're capable of that too. We are. And I understand, Dez. You're saying, Jerry, please don't hire Kellen Moore and don't hire Jason Witten. It's obvious. I understand, Dez, but I think Micah got this. Y'all tell me what you think. Do you think Dez is right? Micah is right? Both of them are right? Because I'm going to tell you, I understand Dez, but I think Micah is saying and sending the right message. You didn't do it when you had your chance. Now it's my time. I'm working on it. He's working on it. I give it to him. If y'all like this video, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know the next time we post another video. Until the next time, let's talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Peace.